Everyone is talking about AI right now. New tools, new prompts, new certifications. And while your company is out chasing the next AI rollout, the skills that will actually determine who thrives are getting very little attention because the skills that matter most are the ones that machines can't learn. I'm AK Helm, Boss Whisperer, and founder of Boss at the Helm. And today I'm going to give you the 10 leadership skills that no AI will ever replace. These are the skills that separate the leaders that people actually want to follow from the ones they're quietly avoiding or updating their resumes to escape. And I get it, because everybody's talking about AI, you're actually tired of hearing about it, even though most of us don't have a clue what it can really do for us. AI is reshaping our workplace, and companies are investing millions in automation and efficiency in tools that process faster and go further than any human ever could. And for those of us humans in the workplace, that can be very scary. But the thing is, there's a lot that AI cannot do. It can't treat your customers right, or build trusted relationships, or read the room and figure out that there is a very tense conversation going on and help influence the outcome. It can't lead your team through uncertainty or change with calm and clarity. Those are human jobs. And frankly, most managers were never taught to be really good at them before AI. So we have got to double down now in the age of advanced technology and really learn how to lead intentionally. It's what we call peopleship, the practice of leading humans by shaping how people experience work and each other. And leaders who master this right now are going to have an edge that no algorithm can master. This means you've got to deliberately go out of your way, start right now, and hone the skills that matter to become what we call unmachined. Take advantage of AI, absolutely, and exponentially grow your humanity and human intelligence skills. They'll say, what now? Humanity and human intelligence skills. Humanity skills are those things that all of us have to continually learn and polish to make us better individuals, citizens, and rock star leaders. They include things like awareness, empathy, emotional intelligence, trust, accountability, and civility. And human intelligence, those are the core skills that you need to differentiate in the era of AI. Judgment, presence, problem solving, curiosity. These will differentiate you and your organization if you deliberately cultivate them right now, along with your humanity skills, while taking advantage of AI. This helps you and your organization fully operate in peopleship with unmachined leaders. I've picked 10 top skills, a mix of humanity and human intelligence skills for you to go after right now. For each one, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it looks like when you do it on autopilot, when you're phoning it in. Maybe you don't really have the practice or the experience or the knowledge for that skill. And then we'll talk about what it looks like when you do it on purpose, when you do it intentionally, because the gap between autopilot and intention, that's what our proprietary framework, the Helm method, teaches. Let's start with human intelligence skills. These are skills that we really need to have available and developed while we're harnessing AI. Let's start off with sound judgment and discernment. On autopilot, you react to what's in front of you, you make fast decisions, or you borrow from old models, you make gut reactions that you haven't examined. You take the first thing the AI says and you run with it, whether it's actually correct or not. With intention, you're going to pause and ask, what do I know about this? Is this still true? Can you get curious and really dive in, learn more? What actually matters in this situation? You analyze and discern before you make a judgment call. Another skill is clear and direct communication. On autopilot, you may say a lot, but people are often confused. Or you soften the hard thing, avoid saying the tough thing. You send a long email instead of taking 2 extra minutes to walk up to somebody and communicate. With intention, you're going to say what needs to be said directly, with care, and without ambiguity. You remove guesswork for your team, and you make sure that communication is clear, direct, and kind. How about presence? Presence is an interesting human intelligence skill. On autopilot, you might physically be in a meeting, but mentally, you're somewhere else. You check your phone a lot, you're only half listening, you have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat? Your team notices. With intention, you are present. You are fully aware, making eye contact, listening, using curiosity to ask questions and engage in conversations. Your presence is a leadership skill, and a lot of people don't practice it. Problem solving. Problem solving on autopilot looks like waiting for information, delaying making decisions. escalating to other people to solve the problem, or defaulting to a process because that's the way we've always done it. With intention, problem solving is going to be sitting with uncertainty without panicking, asking questions and getting curious, working through a process to help you solve the actual problem, looking for feedback and iterating. You move towards a problem instead of away from it, and you've created an environment where if failure happens, it's okay because we all learn from it. The last human intelligence skill we'll cover here today is stakeholder influence and storytelling. On autopilot, you present data. You wonder why no one does what you ask. You build decks, you share reports, and the room nods politely and rarely follows up. With intention, you use your influence, you tell stories, you connect with the human, so you bring data and you bridge the gap. You know what your audience cares about. You tailor your message to them. Let's look at 5 humanity skills. These are the ones that you need to learn and practice. All of us need to learn and practice every day to help us be better in life and in leadership and to become truly intentional leaders. We always start with self-awareness. On autopilot, you think you know how you show up, but you don't ask and you don't check. You make assumptions. With intention, you are actively looking for the gap between your intention and your impact. You notice the circumstances around you, you notice how you feel, and you ask for feedback. You iterate, you set intentions, and you adjust. Your self-awareness is a practice. Another humanity skill is how you navigate conflict. On autopilot, you might avoid conflict, or you might wade in too hot and make the situation worse because you haven't emotionally regulated. When you're navigating conflict with intention, you address it early, directly, and with curiosity instead of accusation, because we're looking to understand ideas, not identities. We want conversation, not combat. Resilience and adaptability. On autopilot, change is going to knock you sideways. You'll need time to recover. Things won't get done. Your team will be waiting for you to make a decision or respond, and you won't know where to even begin. With intention, you have built your resilience in advance before you needed it, before change came and took the hit. So you model how to handle adversity. And this isn't about pretending that change isn't hard or that it doesn't hurt. In fact, it's the opposite. It's acknowledging that we have emotions, but staying regulated and putting enough practices in place that we are adaptable and resilient throughout, no matter what comes our way. Your team watches you and they learn from you. Accountability. Accountability on autopilot looks like blaming other people, but taking the credit when things go right, or being defensive, or asking for things to get done and never following up. With intention, you hold yourself accountable and people around you. You set expectations clearly, you allow for questions, follow-up, and feedback, and everybody knows that you're going to be held accountable to an outcome. But we also work in an environment of trust and communication, and if failure happens, we learn from it. Accountability starts with you. You hold yourself accountable and others accountable. The last one we'll cover today is emotional intelligence and regulation. On autopilot, your mood sets the temperature. It may wobble up and down throughout the day. You may react instead of respond. But with intention, you are aware and present. You know what you're feeling. You take a moment to regulate, and you have the tools and the practices in place to do that. All 10 of these skills share something in common. None of them happen by accident. None of them can actually be done successfully on autopilot. And our organizations must deliberately champion these, start developing them, and support our leaders as we work on these skills. Every single one of us can wake up, choose our intention, and lead on purpose. This is the Helm method. We aim, we set our intention. Might be for the day, might be for this moment in this meeting. We act, we take considered action. Instead of being reactive, we are being deliberate and thoughtful. And we adjust with grace, with compassion, with self-awareness. We adjust all along the way. That's intentional leadership, and it's available to every single person watching this video right now. If you want the full list of all 10 skills that we talked about here today in a free downloadable guide, the link is in the description below. It's yours, no cost, no catch, because at Boss at the Helm, we want you to start with yourself. Lead yourself and then lead others. Be a boss, become an intentional leader. And if you're an HR leader or an executive and you're wondering how to bring this kind of development to your managers at scale, I would love to hear from you. Book a discovery call with me on my website, bossatthehelm.com. The leaders who win the next decade aren't going to be the ones who automated the most. They're going to be the ones who humanize the most. I'm AK Helm. Join us here weekly for more mini but mighty leadership lessons. And if you're ready to go further, check us out at bossatthehelm.com. I'll see you here next Friday.